In what could be perceived as yet another stumble in Meghan Markle's post-royal career, royal commentator Richard Eden has announced that her much-anticipated podcast with Lemonada Media has been indefinitely delayed. This news, breaking amidst a flurry of other projects and public appearances by the Duchess of Sussex, highlights a pattern of overcommitment and perhaps a lack of focus, which critics argue has been a hallmark of Meghan's endeavours since stepping away from the British royal family. Eden's revelation not only casts doubt on Meghan's ability to manage her burgeoning media empire, but also fuels the narrative of a controversial figure whose ambitions often outstrip her execution. From the outset, Meghan's transition from royal duties to becoming a media mogul has been rocky. Her venture into podcasting was supposed to be a new chapter, showcasing her voice and vision independent of the constraints of royal life. However, the delay of her podcast with Lemonada Media, a company known for its progressive and engaging content, suggests more than just logistical issues. It points to Meghan's struggle to maintain the momentum of her brand, which has been under scrutiny for its perceived lack of substance. Critics, including Eden, have often portrayed Meghan's projects as more about image management than providing meaningful content, a view seemingly supported by this latest delay. This isn't Meghan's first foray into the podcast world. Her previous podcast, Archetypes, produced under a lucrative deal with Spotify, ended abruptly, with the streaming giant reportedly unsatisfied with the output relative to the investment. The termination of that deal, followed by the current delay, paints a picture of Meghan as someone whose projects are ambitious in announcement but faltering in delivery. Eden's commentary on this situation underscores a narrative where Meghan's influence and appeal seem to be waning, both in terms of audience engagement and industry partnerships. Moreover, the timing of the delay is telling. Meghan's new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, is set to launch, suggesting a possible miscalculation in project management or an overestimation of her capacity to handle multiple high-profile initiatives simultaneously. Critics argue that this delay could be an indication of Meghan spreading herself too thin, a common critique when one considers her involvement in everything from children's books to TV production. This scenario feeds into the perception that Meghan prioritizes breadth over depth, potentially diluting the impact of each individual project. The broader implications of this delay extend beyond just a podcast. It's a symbol of the challenges Meghan faces in redefining herself outside the royal framework. Her critics, including Eden, have often accused her of leveraging her royal status to gain entry into various industries without the requisite expertise or sustained commitment. The podcast delay, therefore, is not just about a postponed show, it's about Meghan's ability to maintain credibility and relevance in a competitive media landscape where everyone from celebrities to influencers churns out content daily. Additionally, this delay comes at a time when Meghan's public image in the UK remains contentious. Her and Harry's exit from royal duties, dubbed Megxit, left many Britons feeling alienated by what they perceive as an abandonment of duty for personal gain. The delay of the podcast, seen in this light, could be interpreted as further evidence of Meghan's struggle to find her footing outside the royal structure, where the expectations and criticisms are markedly different and perhaps more cutthroat. Eden's commentary also touches on the commercial aspect of Meghan's ventures. With high-profile guests reportedly lined up but no show to feature them, there's an underlying question about the financial and strategic foresight of her team. The podcast industry is saturated, and with each delay, Meghan risks losing not just audience interest but also potential sponsorships and partnerships that are crucial for the financial viability of her projects. Furthermore, the narrative around Meghan often revolves around her perceived control over her and Harry's public narrative. The delay might suggest to some that this control is slipping, or at least, not as ironclad as previously thought. Eden's critique might resonate with those who see Meghan's media engagements as more about crafting a particular public persona than contributing to a broader discourse or entertainment value. In conclusion, Richard Eden's announcement of Meghan Markle's podcast delay is more than just news about a postponed media project. It's a lens through which to view the broader challenges and criticisms facing Meghan in her post-royal life. It adds to a narrative of a figure whose ambitions are vast but whose execution often falls short, providing fuel to those who argue that Meghan's influence, once powerful within the royal context, is finding its limits in the wider world. Whether this delay is a mere hiccup or indicative of deeper issues, only time will tell, but for now, it certainly adds another chapter to the controversial saga of Meghan Markle's public life.